good win for us. You know, we needed this game after a tough game at Michigan. So just really proud of our guys for bouncing back, addressing some of the things we talked about from last game. And again, I don't think it was our best offensive night, but found ways to win and got stops when we needed to, made big shots when we had to, and just really. I thought our focus, I thought our discipline defensively was better tonight, and the energy, you know, consistently was better. We did not a great job in the first half in transition defense, but really great job after we addressed it in halftime and not giving up any easy baskets in transition, and then really defending the three-point line, which we struggled doing in the first half. So I thought that was big key. Not giving up threes. We didn't give up one. Misha, you know, they went to her a lot more in the second, but we weren't giving up those threes that we did in the first half. So proud of these guys, and we got, you know, we needed to get this home win because we go on the road now for 2 games. So this was a big game for us.
Questions for the players?
For either one of the players, I mean, Coach kind of referenced it, just how she felt like this was an important game for you guys. What, you know, did you kind of sense that this was a big one, knowing that you were going to go on the road for the next 2?
Yeah, definitely. I think, you know, like, you want to win at home and protect your home court, like, whenever you can. So I really think, like, especially heading into road games, to give you kind of that, like, boost of confidence and kind of not have to worry about, we won't have as much stress, like, trying to play on the road. You can play a little more relaxed. So I just think it was important for us to kind of come out and, you know, hit them first, and I think we did that. So, yeah.
Yeah, I agree. And every game is important for us, and we just know we had to come out, play hard on both ends, and that's what we did.
Kind of following up on that, Adalia, what's been kind of the key for you guys this season to kind of bounce back after a rough performance?
Honestly, just our mindset. We have that bounce back mentality every game. You know, we didn't like the Michigan outcome, but we knew we had another opportunity to go out and bounce back, and that's what we did today.
Any other questions for players?
The obvious question, you grew up 20 minutes, you went to high school 20 minutes from the University of Minnesota campus, had a good game over there. Is there something about seeing that jersey that just kind of gets you going?
Yeah, for sure. I just always want to beat Minnesota, you know. I just see that M, I'm like, I got to get him. We got to get him. So, yeah.
Kendall, the matchup with Michelle, what's that been like for you to face her twice this season? And obviously you were in foul trouble the first game. This game you had a more significant role in the win.
Yeah, definitely. I think I've definitely, like, kind of grown just mentally and, like, defensively since that last time we played them. So I feel like I was a little more comfortable kind of going into it, and especially, like, playing someone once, you kind of know what they do. But she's a great player. Like, I mean, she kind of came out of nowhere this year, I feel like. So she's, you know, a great post player. But it's just kind of, I, you know, got to do my job, keeping her high, you know, shading her to the left. So it's definitely it's a tough matchup, but it's a fun matchup. You know, it's really competitive. So yeah, I enjoy it. But she's a really, really good player.
One little under a month until the Big Ten tournament starts. What do you guys think is, like, the key to start racking up wins back to back?
I just think, like, just staying mentally locked in, just kind of, like Coach always says, go 1-0. So just kind of being able to not look too far into the future, but also kind of know that these games, they can impact that. So I think just kind of staying in the present, being where we are, like, focusing on the team at hand, and then being able to, like, you know, learn from mistakes and celebrate a win. So I think it's just kind of all just a mental process.
Yeah, and it's not just about winning games, but winning the day. You know, every practice, going hard and going 1-0 that day, and just stacking up days.
For either one of the players, you know, Makaira didn't have her best shooting night, but she was able to kind of finish the game off for you guys. Scored 8 of the final 9 points, I think. What do you kind of see from her mentality of being able to kind of shake off some tough performances and kind of be able to finish a game off for you guys?
You know, she does so much for our team. She doesn't just score for us. Like, she is a leader, you know, on the court and off the court. And her defense is great. Her communication is great. She keeps us together at times when we need, you know, to be drawn back in. So I think she just does so much for us. So if she, you know, doesn't have her best scoring night, we have other people that can step up and do that. So, but I think her mentality has been great. You know, she does what she needs to do out there and does what she can.
Anything else for the players? All right, you guys are good to go. Thank you.
Good job, guys.
Go and raise your hands for questions for Coach, and we'll get you a mic. Coach, you're good.
Similar question that I asked the players. What do you think is, for you, preparing to start racking up these wins back to back? I know your players, I mentioned, going just want to know every single game. A little under a month until Illinois has a chance to go play the Big Ten tournament. What do you think? What does that mean for this team, and how do you plan on preparing for that?
Yeah, I mean, it sounds cliche, but you really do have to just take the day as the day and try to get better in that. You know, we got to, as we go forward, it's still going to, you know, I think our offense has kind of waned the last, we're getting good shots now. They just, you know, they started going a little bit in the second, but our defense has got to just continue to hold serve, really. At times I thought, you know, I felt more confident in our defense tonight, and that sometimes, you know, it's the consistency piece. So in order to continue to win in this league, you got to defend and we have to rebound. Our offense may, you know, come and go, but if we can have those two things be consistent, it's shown that it's won us games. You know, it's won us 18 games this year. So just really trying to lock in day to day, because you can't, you can't get too far ahead. I mean, we got to go. I know who we go to first. At Maryland, at Nebraska. See, I don't even know, because all I've been focused on was Minnesota. I just know we got to go two really hard places to play, and as you just see that score, it looks like Maryland's handling Ohio State pretty easy. So it's not going to be easy either of those.
Sean, how much are you running for right now? It just seems like her confidence level couldn't be higher than it has been in the last month or so.
Yeah, you know, we're trying to run a lot of stuff to her, and, you know, it's different. Each team, obviously, you know, Michigan zoned us. Purdue zoned us some. So we got to run some different things to try to get her downhill. But I also think she's hitting some jump shots and more consistent with that. She's also been really putting the work in and you know, diligent about getting her reps in terms of her jump shots. And she hasn't taken a lot of threes, which is a good thing right now. You know, she understands what we need from her. I've told her that, and she understands her role. But, you know, late in the game, I ran, and she scored on both of them, and we ran two sets to try to get her downhill, and she executed and was really, really aggressive and finished. So when she can get downhill, we're a hell of a lot better team. And, I mean, everyone knows that, so people are trying to figure out how to keep, you know, her from doing that. But just she came through big time tonight and make some big time plays and some big time rebounds as well.
You know, you talked about just over and over again about the response you expect from your team, but to see that kind of be reflected in the players, that they know how important a game like this is, what's that kind of been like for you to kind of see that message coming across?
You know, I think this is year one, right? So that's part of establishing culture. Like, we don't want to lose a game, but I sure as heck don't want to lose two in a row. So it's just trying to instill that in them and get them to believe that, okay, if we, you know, win or lose, but if you have some failure and some adversity, what is in our control, and we can control our response, and we can control us getting better and attention to detail with certain things from that game before, and that's where this team has been a lead in that. So I think that that's the culture we want to create, and now when they're saying that stuff, that's when you know that they believe in it. So we got to just continue to build that for years to come. And it's hard. It's hard to get on a winning streak in this league, right? I mean, it's just hard. So if you can keep a losing streak to only one, I feel like that's a win for us. So I'm really, really happy. You know, it's going to be really hard this week, but to get this win. Again, I never say must wins, but this was, you guys all know, they know, I don't have to tell them, this was a really critical game for us.
Makara hit those two free throws to go. You were up 62-60, and then you ran a play for her to get that jump shot, the elbow. What kind of did you see on that play, and was that something you kind of drew up, or what kind of led to that?
We wanted to run some time first off, and then get the ball back in her hands. So the set we ran, she got it back, and it's funny. I'm yelling at her, don't settle, be aggressive. I'm like, I wanted her to take it to the hole, and right when I'm yelling that, she stops and pops. And usually when I tell her not to shoot it, or I didn't say not shoot it, but when I say something like that, normally they go in. I need to start saying that all the time when she shoots, but it was just a big time shot, and I was directly behind her, so I saw the pop in her, that dribble and the pop, and I knew it was going in as soon as it left, just by how just her processing getting to that shot. And she's a gamer, she can miss every shot, and I still trust to put the ball in her hands at the end of the game, because she's just a big-time player that doesn't shy away from having the ball in her hand and making a big-time shot.
Your team didn't score as many points off the bench as probably you would have liked. What do you think is the key to get the rest of the team kind of at the same level of production as the people that you send out to start the game?
Yeah, I mean, it's just kind of, we've kind of been like this, right? So we need, I say it every time, but Jada was 1 for 4. She got some good looks, like really good looks. I just hopefully one of those goes in soon, because I'll take those shots she's shooting all day, the 4 shots she got. So we just need them to come in. And it's not always even about scoring for our bench players. It's about how can you make an impact. And a lot of that is just being really, really solid defensively, getting a rebound here or there. But the biggest thing is solid defensively. That's what I expect for our bench coming in. And then the scoring's an added plus. But we need the defense and the discipline to be able to come in and spot some of our guys some minutes. And then the production, obviously, if they score, that's icing on the cake.
We've got to win games when the ball isn't going in. Did you get a little bit of that answered tonight with, how grindy you guys were, especially in that second half?
Yeah, no, and that's where I was really proud of our defense. And when we had to make some plays, we held them in the third to 10 points. So that's pretty darn good. And then obviously 17 isn't as good. But I thought we really dug in. I thought we showed some toughness defensively when we had to. In our execution defensively, in terms of ball screen coverage, in terms of what we were trying to do, was much, much better than it was at Michigan. So the focus and the discipline and the effort was there. And then Misha just made some tough plays too. And when you really look at it, I don't know how tall she is, but like what KB has been doing, KB's undersized. We all know that. But what she's been doing and I don't think we give her a lot of credit, but she deserves even more credit for what she comes in and battles every single night against a 5-player in this league. That usually she's given up inches. It's really remarkable what she's been able to do, and just how the fight she has in her, and the toughness and her willingness to battle and continuing to, just learn and get better and fight.
They were 6 of 12 from threes in the first half, 0 of 8 in the second half. How much do you think that was a key in being able to pull this victory out tonight?
It was huge. We knew Michelle was going to get some. It was same in the first game. We held them to, I think it was 3 threes the first game, which was huge because these guys can get going. They got capable shooters, with Braun and some of those other guys. So the first half, it was 4 of those 6 were transition. Lack of communication, just stuff that we know we need to improve on. We practice it every single day. And so we talked about it at half, and now I don't know why we can't just do that from the start, but we'll keep working on it. We come out and we do a great job in transition, and again, defend the 3-point line at an elite level. So 2 is a lot better than 3, right? And more than half of their points in the first half were from threes. So that was a huge difference in the game. Credit our players because they listened, responded, and executed.
Everybody good?
Thank you.